Okay, good morning to everyone. My name is KANNATHASAN KUMARGURUBARAN and my metric card number is 01DEP22F1010. So today we are basically going to do a presentation about Essay 1A, which is from topic 2, and Essay 1B. So as you all can see, these are the rubrics for the Essay 1A and 1B. So let's get into the questions that is given by my lecture, which is Essay 1A, Topic 2, which is basically from Cellular Communication System. So by reading the Essay 1A question, they're asking us to show how the characteristic of 5G technology will improve the energy efficiency of the base station and can contribute to the attainment of sustainable development and environment friendly. So as you all can see, the slide 6 is basically for the answers for Essay 1A. So we need to introduce what is actually 5G. So 5G technology is the latest generation of mobile network and provider faster speeds and lower latency and improves efficiency. So this radio access network, which is called RAN, includes the base station BSS, which is essential and communication between mobile device and the core network. And we are going to see how 5G improves energy efficiency of base station. So base stations are responsible for transmitting and receiving the signals between mobile device and networks. So firstly, massive MIMO, multiple input multiple output technology. So uses a large number of antennas compared to 4G to transmit and receive the data more efficiency. So as with the second point is small cells and network densification. So 5G uses small cells mini base station that consumes less power compared to traditional large towers. So the third point is artificial intelligence. We all know AI is like taking over the time nowadays. So AI optimizes energy consumption by putting base station into sleep mode when not in use. So by that we can actually reduce the amount of energy uses. So beamforming technology directs signals precisely towards device instead of spreading them randomly. So by that we can, no matter what happens, the line is still there. So number 5 is uses renewable energy. Many 5G base stations integrate solar panels and wind energy to reduce dependency of fossil fuels. So by that we can save the nature at the same time and we can save the energy and consumption. So this is the continuation of Essay 1A answer, which is contribution to sustainable development. 5G plays a significant role in achieving sustainability goals through improved energy efficiency. The number 1 is reduce carbon footprint. So by reducing carbon footprint, we can lower the energy consumption of base station, leads to fewer greenhouse gas emission. So by that we can save the nature and when we can avoid like such things like that is damage the nature. And number 2 is support smart cities. So enable intelligent traffic management and smart grids and smart lighting, reducing overall energy usage. So this is what I keep repeating, and we can by using 5G we can actually get a lot of benefits to the nature. So third one is enhance IoT, Internet of Things application. So nowadays we are moving forward by technology. So IoT plays a major role, which is IoT device powered by 5G consumes less energy and optimize resources management. Example includes smart architecture, precision farming, industrial automation, and energy efficiency home. And we can also reduce e-waste reduction. So with better network efficiency, hardware lasts longer, reduce electronic waste. So by this we can also reduce the e-waste. After contribution of sustainable development, now we are going to look how 5G is environment friendly. The first one is lower power consumption per bit data. So 5G is basically designed for transmitting more data with less power than previous generation, which is 4G, 3G and 2G. So it also can reduce strain of the power grid. And the second one is encourages digital transformation. So reduces the need for physical travel through better remote work and virtual meeting. As we all go through in COVID era, so we are get used to Google Meet and all kind of things. So by 5G we can do the classes and meeting way smoother. So the third point is improves disaster management. So support real-time monitoring for natural disaster, pollution control, and emergency response. So by that we can also reduce like the fake time, like where we can save a lot of fake time, that is the disaster is gonna come today, tomorrow, so we can know the specific time where the disaster happening and what time the disaster is happening. So by that we can we can avoid losing a lot of human beings and kind of things. That's all for essay 1A. So now we are going forward to essay 1B, which is from topic 3, concept, cellular and communication. So by reading the question essay 1B, they are asking us to provide a suitable diagram and illustrate the frequency reuse concept by plotting the boundary unit first tier with cellular network, where the I equals to 3, the J equals to 2, and calculate the cluster size, which is N, and total cells. So determine the frequency reuse factor, which is Q, for this cellular network, and frequency reuse distance, which is D. And we can also know, based on the issues, investigate the proper distance for locating RBS to reduce the health risk for surrounding population. So by looking at the page 10, which is basically essay 1B answer. So by reading the question, we can know that they're asking us to provide a suitable diagram that match the requirement of the question. So this is the suitable diagram, and by looking at the solution, the I equals to 3, J equals to 2, and radius R equals to 8 km. These are the informations that given in the question. And now the first step is basically find the cluster size, which is N. So N equals to I square plus I times J plus J square. So we can know I equals to 3 and J equals to 2. So basically we need to substitute and do a small calculation and to get the N. So N equals to 19. What is basically N equals to 19 is there are different groups of frequencies before reuse occur. There are 19 different frequency groups before the reuse is occur basically. So step 2 is frequency factor Q. So we're gonna find the Q, which is frequency factor. So Q equals to square root 3 times N. So N is just the cluster size where we get from the step 1. We just need to substitute the value. So and square root once it times with 3. So the Q is basically 7.55, and the step 3 is distance, where we need to find the D. So D equals to square root 3 times N. So we can know the R equals to 8. So we just need to substitute the value and just do a small calculation. So basically that is 60.40. So the D equals to 60.40 kilometer. So by looking at this, we shouldn't forget about the units, so we don't get deductions of marks in the exam. So lastly, we're gonna see the proper distance for locating ABS to reduce the health risk. So RBS should be placed considering the safe distance from densely populated areas to reduce exposure to electromagnetic radiation. What they're trying to tell here is like we should place the RBS like to away from the busy cities where got a lot of citizens, so that we can avoid them getting populated by the electromagnetic radiation. And secondly is optimal spacing based on frequency reuse distance to minimize the interference. And then the third one is compliance with safety standards such as those set by WHO and encrypt. So a proper placement strategy involved is installing RBS at highest to minimize the ground level radiation exposure. So basically we need to find a place where it's like high such as like mountains and all that, so we can avoid the ground level radiation exposure, and maintaining a minimum separation distance from residential area. So as I said earlier, RBS produces electromagnetic radiation, so we should be far place the RBS to avoid the residential area, because a lot of people will be staying there. So lastly is following network plan standards to optimize coverage while ensuring public safety.